My son, be not one of those servants to whom their lords say, "Get away from us," but be one of those to whom they say, "Approach and come near to us." My son, caress not your slave in the presence of his companion, for you know not which of them shall be of most value to you in the end. It was common to have sex with a slave. It is best not to divide or make even a slave jealous, so both will continue to serve well. My son, be not afraid of your Lord who created you, lest he be silent to you. My son, make your speech fair and sweeten your tongue, but do not permit your companion to tread on your foot, lest he tread at another time on your breast. My son, if you beat a wise man with a word of wisdom, it will lurk in his breast like a subtle sense of shame. But if you beat the ignorant with a stick, he will neither understand nor hear. My son, if you send a wise man for your needs, do not give him many orders, for he will do your business as you desire. And if you send a fool, do not order him, but go thyself and do your business. For if you order him, he will not do what you desire. If they send you on business, hurry to fulfill it quickly. My son, do not make an enemy of a man stronger than yourself, for he will take your measure and will revenge on you. My son, make trial of your son and of your servant before you commit your belongings to them, or they will make away with them. For he who has a full hand is called wise, even if he is stupid and ignorant. And he who has an empty hand is called poor and ignorant, even if he is the prince of sages. My son, I have eaten a colocanth, also called bitter apple, used as a purgative, and swallowed aloes, bitter succulent, used as a strong laxative, and I have found nothing more bitter than poverty and scarcity. My son, teach your son frugality and hunger, so that he may do well in the management of his household. My son, teach not to the ignorant the language of wise men, for it will be burdensome to him. My son, display not your condition to your friend, or he will despise you. My son, the blindness of the heart is more grievous than the blindness of the eyes, for the blindness of the eyes may be guided little by little, but the blindness of the heart is not guided, and it leaves the straight path and goes in a crooked way. My son, the stumbling of a man with his foot is better than the stumbling of a man with his tongue. My son, a friend who is near is better than a more excellent brother who is far away. My son, beauty fades, but learning lasts, and the world wanes and becomes vain, empty. But a good name neither becomes vain, empty, nor wanes. My son, the man who has no rest, his death would be better than his life, and the sound of weeping is better than the sound of singing. For sorrow and weeping, if the fear of God is in them, are better than the sound of singing and rejoicing. My child, the thigh of a frog in your hand is better than a goose in the pot of your neighbor, and a sheep near you is better than an ox far away, and a sparrow in your hand is better than 1,000 sparrows flying, and poverty which gathers is better than the scattering of much provision, and a living fox is better than a dead lion, and a pound of wool is better than a pound of wealth. What I mean is that gold and silver are hidden and covered up in the earth and not seen, but the wool stays in the markets and is seen, and it is a beauty to him who wears it. My son, a small fortune is better than a scattered fortune. My son, a living dog is better than a dead poor man. My son, a poor man who does right is better than a rich man who is dead in sins. My son, keep a word in your heart, and it shall be much to you. And beware, or you will reveal the secret of your friend. My son, let not a word issue from your mouth until you have taken counsel with your heart. And do not stand between quarreling persons, because from a bad word there comes a quarrel, and from a quarrel there comes a war. And from war comes fighting, and you shall be forced to be a witness. Take sides. So run from there and rest yourself. My son, do not stand up against a man stronger than yourself, but get you a patient spirit, and endurance, and an upright conduct, for there is nothing better than that. My son, do not hate your first friend, for the second one may not last.